I'm guessing that'll probably take a little while. But what I'll do is I'll throw that in and have it work as well before I pull that system apart. I guess what I should do is I'll probably have to move it as well, but if we put a... what am I thinking we need here? I don't think it's on this page. Damn it. And we can't... it's really annoying. Toggle bus? Invert toggle bus? Does a toggle bus work with smart cable? I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, it does, because we do that with the... although we do that for the power. Can you just make me a little bit more cable, please? There we go. So toggle bus, lever. I should move this somewhere else, but I'm going to leave it here because I don't care. So if we were to break that, put a toggle bus there, and reconnect that. This guy's got 5 channels, but there's no... Yeah, see, there's 0 channels on this side of the bus. So if we put a block there, put a lever there and turn it on, and then it runs. Okay, good. Perfect, and it's actually almost done. Wow. Awesome. I want to see if this actually works. Oh, wow, that actually took a little bit to pick up speed. Oh, it finished. Oh, and it doesn't use up the storage component. Oh, brilliant. So we've just got a Singularity now. And it's starting to work on the next one. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Very good. So we'll get rid of that. Actually, I needed those levers. A little bit derpy. There we go. And we also need, what was it, an ender? It's like a dust, wasn't it? Ender dust. This ender dust from Tiny Progressions? Won't let me look up the rest uses for that. Singularity. A Singularity one ender dust. Ender dust. So it's got to be this one, which doesn't have a recipe. Are you kidding me? Okay, so we definitely don't have any kind of ender dust in the system, do we? Got ender powder. Let's grab some ender pearls and try them in... What happens if I put them in here? We get ender pearl powder, which I don't think is ender dust. What if we put them in the pulverizer? We can't put them in the pulverizer. Okay. So how did we get that railcraft dust then? Oh, was that in the crusher? Oops. No? Apparently that doesn't work either. I don't want to waste this is the only problem. Let's see, dust. It wasn't dust, wasn't it? Ender powder. Can our system still make it? It can. Alright, well, I guess Okay, so see that the ender pearl powder or dictionaries as nugget ender pearl, but this dictionaries as dust ender. So I bet that's the one we want. Does this just? Yeah, it does just turn back into an ender pearl, right? Okay, let's give this a try. So we'll go out here to the sandy area, and I guess we'll just put it in the hole. I guess I have to turn my magnet off, don't I? There we go. Alright, so we'll throw these two on the ground. Put the tiny TNT down. And we'll set it off. That looks like it worked. We have 2 quantum entangled singularities. Perfect. So now, if we put these in either end of our link chambers, then they should work. So I'll put that back. I'll put this stuff away. So, alright, one other thing we can do is we can put them in an anvil and we can rename them. So we're going to call these quantum entangled singularity dash space station. Oh, and that costs a level. Oops, no. Just 1 level, please. So QES dash space station. Cool, there we go. So now that we've got them, we can craft up our actual singularity components. So we need 2 of these chambers and 16 of these rings. So they actually form a ring around each chamber. And oh, what are we missing? Missing sand? Interesting. We've actually never taught the system how to make sand. Huh. Alright, well I guess we'll so we need to set up automation for that anyway, but I don't want to do that today. So whoa, that's already knocked us down to 600k. Holy crap. And we've got 3 singularities. Okay, I better turn that off. Actually, it's a good thing I caught that, so we nearly went down below our limit for cobblestone. That was almost a problem. Okay, so we should just be able to set up some auto crafting for this then. So we'll just tell it 1 cobble makes a gravel, 1 gravel makes a sand. We'll put them into... does the pulverizer do them? It does, doesn't it? Oh wow, I didn't realize how slow those were. They haven't been upgraded. I better upgrade those. And also we might just put them in there. Infuser, smelter. Oh, it's the macerator that makes that, right. Molecular assemblers. There's a whole lot of nothing. Insulator, powered spawner, pulverizer makes the diamond dust, and the sag mills make all of this stuff. The sag mills are faster, so let's just do the sag mills. So now if we request those 16 rings, should be fine because it's going to craft it from gravel. Yes. Good, so we've got the 2 link chambers. Hopefully that crafts properly. Yeah, there we go, good. We've got those singularities. So I think that's all we need. We've got a transceiver on us, which is good. We need that to actually establish the link initially. So what are we going to set up on the other side? So I think this thing receives a dense cable, so we'll get 32 channels. Ooh. Here's a question. Do we connect it to our tunnel network, not our main network? I think we just do the main network. Because if we do a tunnel network, you still got to travel back and forth to set up your tunnels. And it might not even allow tunnels to pass through it, I'm not sure. We'll just do the main network for now. It should be fairly easy to rearrange it if I need to, or if I decide to later on. So where did those go? We're up to 12. It's actually surprisingly slow. I didn't think there was anything that complex to craft. But yeah, so what else do we want? Let's see. We'll want a terminal. Probably a crafting terminal if we can make one. Crafting terminal. Of course you need a crafting table, don't you? Terminal. Crafting terminal. So we'll need a crafting terminal. We'll need some cables. Let's just do blue cable since we've got plenty of them. Actually, we'll do white cable. Yeah. And then we'll need some white dense cable as well. So if we just do some of them, and then just some of these guys. Alright, so those are done. We've got our dense cable, we've got our regular smart cable, we've got a crafting terminal. Don't know why I have that. Alright, so let's set this up. So if we go down here, how do we want to do this? So I think what we will do is, we don't want to run off that white network because it's already using almost all of its channels. So maybe if we just run off of here. And yeah, again, I might clean this up a bit more later on, but for now, we'll do it this way. So if we do that, and then we build the quantum ring. So if we do this, and then put the link chamber in the center, there we go, and it's connected. Oops, did not want to do that. Alright, so it's formed a multi-block. We can put the the quantum entanglement singularity in there. It doesn't seem to be active, but that's probably because it doesn't have anything to connect to yet. So assuming that's correct, it says no channels, so this doesn't count as using a channel or anything. I guess we just go to the other side then and see if it will work. I'm wondering if power could be an issue, because I noticed that doesn't look like it's connecting to it to power it. Let me just get a flux duct. Just a resonant one, doesn't really matter. If I put one of them here, it still doesn't connect. So that might not work. Alright, so if we grab an energy acceptor, which we should have one of from early on. Energy acceptor, yeah. So we might need to use that just to run power into it. Once it's connected, it should be able to draw power from this side of the quantum network, but we need to sort of jumpstart it with a bit of power on that side. And normally we plug straight into the ME controller, but since we can't plug into this or plug into these cables directly, we might have to use the energy acceptor to get a bit of power into the network up there. So we've got that, we've got that, we've got the crafting terminal so we can check that it works. Energy acceptor, jump start it, some dense cable, just in case. Don't need that flux duct. Alright, so I'll put my spacesuit back on. And I will see you guys up there, I think. Those on, put you away. Alright, the only thing I need to check is that we've got the correct space station chip in the ship now. Which we do. Good. I did put that chip back in. Alright, we've got fuel. So I will see you guys there. Oh, and actually, interesting thing to note is we are landing on our docking pad that we made last time. So I didn't do any sort of setup between the last recording. All we did is place it there, and it appears to be working. Good. Oh yeah, and we've got our gravity control on as well. Alright. So let's go in here. Go in here. This is still vacuum. Interestingly, because this isn't receiving oxygen. Because, did I turn off the oxygen being sent? I'm not sure, but I'm going to turn that off just in case. I don't want to waste oxygen. Alright, so now that we're here, where do we want to set this guy up? I think the center is where our warp drive thing's going to go, so maybe we'll just put it sort of like sitting over here somewhere, maybe? I don't know. Mostly just proof of concept right now, so if this works, I might even move it up into the command center bit up top. So that's worked. We place this inside, and I'm guessing if we run a cable off of it and place our crafting terminal, it's not active. And that's because it hasn't got that initial bit of power. So if we put an... Let's see, can we put an energy acceptor on the bottom here? Grab our transceiver that we use for refueling. Connect it. And you can see some particle effects in there now. This is using one channel. And we've got access to everything. Awesome. Okay. So swap those around, and there we go. We've got access to all of our items up on the space station. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So just to double check. Yeah, I have set up a chunk loader. So we're chunk loaded. We now have items coming in. There is no atmosphere up here either. Inverted, normal. I don't know what's happened here, but these aren't receiving oxygen anymore, which I'm kind of okay with. So yeah, I'll think about some way to fix them later on. But yeah, that seems to all work now. So I'm not sure how I want to lay this out, but we might... I might want to run a cable up to the top as well so that we can have a crafting terminal up here in the command area, as well as just running some cables around down here as well. But I'll have a think about that later. The main thing is that we've actually got the network accessible up here now. And like all of our crafting should work, everything should work, because the base down on the surface is chunk loaded. And we just have access to everything now. So, alright. I think that'll do for today, guys. Next up, I want to try and build a teleporter from Ender.io. And that way we won't have to worry about running out of fuel and getting stranded ever again. We'll only have to worry about running out of power and getting stranded. But hopefully we can get around that as well. So that'll do for today, guys. And I will see you in the next one.